Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today, we're going to talk about a senator and his book deal. Because it seems like a senator got himself in a little bit of hot water with his publisher, and now his publisher doesn't want to publish his book anymore. And the Senator Hawley, he released a statement. I'm going to read it because I think there's something really important in here, so y'all stick around. He starts off by saying, "This could not be more Orwellian." That gets your attention right off the bat, doesn't it? And he says the name of the publisher here, which I'm not going to. "Is canceling my contract because I was representing my constituents, leading a debate on the Senate floor on voter integrity, which they have now decided to redefine as sedition." That sounds serious, but that's not actually what got my attention here. He says, "Let me be clear. This is not just a contract dispute." That's what got my attention. If it's not a contract dispute, what kind of dispute is it, He tells us. He says, "It's a direct assault on the First Amendment." I didn't go to Yale Law School, but I do have Google. So I went to Google and I typed in text First Amendment. And if you do that, it brings up the text of the First Amendment and you can read it. And it starts off by saying Congress shall make no law. And then it lists a whole bunch of things that Congress really isn't supposed to be involved in, But then I got confused because that doesn't sound like what's happening here. It sounds more like there's a business decision being made. It doesn't sound like government censorship. It's not the government that's censoring him. It's not the government stopping him from publishing his thing. So I was thinking, well, that can't be right. This man went to Yale Law School. So I was thinking, well, maybe one of his publishers is in Congress. So I looked, and maybe one of them is, but I couldn't find them. So that didn't seem like it to me. So I was thinking, well, maybe his publisher made a campaign contribution to somebody in Congress, got a little something done. You know how stuff works up in D.C. Looked on Open Secrets, couldn't find that either. Didn't seem like it. And then I found out Congress really hadn't been getting a whole lot done anyway. They were getting interrupted. So it seemed odd, but I figured I'd read the rest of it anyway. He said, "Only approved speech can now be published by a publisher." Yeah, that's true. That's how that works. The publisher approves something and then publishes it. Yeah, it's in the name, publisher. That is definitely a true statement when you're talking about a publisher. But again, it's not like the publisher is stopping him from putting his work out. It's not like they're using the force of government to censor him, stop him from speaking, stop him from saying things, or getting his work out there in any way. There's a whole bunch of other publishing companies. Maybe one of them would be happy to work with him. I don't know. But again, it just sounds like a business decision. Doesn't sound like a First Amendment issue, but we do have to entertain the idea that maybe the senator just doesn't understand the First Amendment that well, because we do need to remember that this is a senator who voted for a Supreme Court justice, voted to confirm her after she was asked to kind of outline the freedoms protected by the First Amendment, and she couldn't without help. So maybe that's it. And, when you really think about it, there may be other options as to what's going on here, but I could really only kind of think of two. One is that a senator who went to Yale Law School doesn't understand the First Amendment. That would be one. And again, maybe there's other options, but the only other one that I can think of is that he does understand it. But he's just engaging in a little bit of salesmanship, a little bit of hyperbole, getting his supporters fired up. So maybe when he does get another book deal, they'll be more eager to buy it, get them excited. He's just reframing things, bending his understanding of something a little bit, making it more interesting to those people who would be reading it, be listening to him, There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with engaging in a little bit of hyperbole and getting people fired up. reframing things to make it sound a little bit different than it really is. I mean, what could go wrong with that? Oh, yeah. That's kind of how a lot of this started, isn't it? Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.